All right, so Linda Kodega from Gizmodo says, yesterday, I received the full text of the OGL 1.1 from a reputable source. The updated open game license is incredibly restrictive, demands community surveillance, and almost importantly, renders the previous WotC OGL an unauthorized agreement. The OGL 1.1 is deliberately aimed at taking down and restricting completion. Competition? Completion? Restricting completion. I'm not sure. I'm guessing that's competition. This may have been typed from a cell phone. It says so. The original OGL wasn't intended to subsidize major competitors, especially now that PDF is by far the most common form of distribution. Physical books and PDFs are the only content covered in the OGL 1.1. It does not allow for anything else, including but not limited to things like videos, virtual tabletops, or VTT campaigns, computer games, novels, apps, graphic novels, music, songs, dances, and pantomimes. Did like the cosplay community just fucking piss off Wizards of the Coast? What happened here? Everything else will have to be negotiated one-on-one with Wizards of the Coast, or will have to fall under their fan content policy. So, okay, so then the fan content policy is going to stay around. I'll correct the thumbnail if that's the case, which means it cannot be monetized. From my reading, the OGL 1.0 will be applicable to anything published before the OGL 1.1 goes into effect. Important to note there. As soon as the OGL 1.1 goes up, the OGL 1.0 will be unauthorized and will not be able to be used or cited as an agreement for third-party content creation. So if OGL 1.0 is now unauthorized, creators will not be able to use it to copy, modify, and distribute any open game content originally distributed under any version of this license. So I think that they knew that this meant, okay, so right here, I think that they knew that this meant there was no way that they were going to be able to hold up in court this whole shit with Pathfinder and trying to kill that, right? So it sounds like they're trying to give you something retroactive, but this means right here is that Paizo, if they're going to publish stuff that's for their game that is using the open, whatever, it sounds like Paizo might have a kind of a hard time fucking publishing anything like that. And I don't know what this is going to do to Pathfinder Infinite. That's like their DMs guild, right? Pathfinder Infinite. A lot of people will have to figure out how to rename and rewrite a lot of stuff. Yeah, well, I mean, we're going to see. We're going to see. Does this mean you can't edit or reprint anything previously published? I don't know about reprint, but I wonder what happens if you alter the document, right? How would this affect Starfinder? It's kind of its own game. If it uses the OGL in the back, it would be affected. If they've already printed it, right? They've already printed it. They use an original or a different OGL, and now we're talking about what is the future of that game going to be. If they alter something, I don't know if it will be covered. I'm not going to give anything absolute. We will read through the article. I'm just reading through the Twitter thread right here. So if OGL 1.0 is now unauthorized, creators will not be able to use it to copy, modify, and distribute any open game content originally distributed under any version of this license. The OGL 1.1 might be the only legal agreement universally available for third-party creators. My source indicated that this was originally supposed to go live January 4th, and that people would have until January 13th to agree. Motherfuckers, I'm telling you all, I am not fucking lying on every single fucking YouTube content creator. I better get a fucking apology over on Discord, motherfuckers. I am so... Tell all your fucking fans, all your subscribers, hey, you should go check out Indestructoboy. You know what? I fucked up. I got ahead of this stuff and was calling this guy a fearmonger or what the fuck ever, a rage baiter. Motherfuckers, I know my shit. I had my sources. Fucking, oh my god. Oh my fucking god. People acting like I've been making this shit up. Boy, Give you some shit exactly, huh? What do we find out? Motherfuckers. People would have until January 13th to agree. January 13th is cited in the document I received. If true, WotC was planning to give only 7 business days for people to adjust, respond, and presumably agree. Treant better send me a box of chocolates and a kiss on the cheek. Please, pretty please. Let me rub that bald head. Before anyone says anything, Treant Monk reached out. We're all good. Everything's all good. All right, back to the video. Chris. Goddamn. Okay. All commercial products will require their creators to report their work to Wizards of the Coast. Royalties will only be asked of any revenue in excess of $750,000. So if you make $800,000, you owe 25% royalties on $50,000 of that. Unless Kickstarter will be the official preferred crowdfunding platform of Wizards of the Coast. If you fund through Kickstarter, you make over $750,000, you will only owe 20% royalties. No explanation is given to the OGL 1.1 as to why Kickstarter projects get this 5% kickback. I heard a 20 to 25% royalty rate, so this is that's more clarification. I was not aware of this right here. Okay, just to give you all the scope of what WotC is doing here. The OGL 1.0 is less than 900 words. The OGL 1.1 is over 9,000 words. Yeah, can I just do the Vegeta fucking meme? I should have had it prepared, all right? Like, fucking, all right. Now, Wizards of the Coast has declined to comment on this investigation. Read the full report on WotC's plans for OGL 1.1 in more detail in my breakdown on IO9. There's quotes, excerpts, and explanations from the leaked 20-page draft document. Okay, what's this word? Yeah. Any apologies so far? We'll wait and see. I'm also really curious what Ted's getting. An exclusive look at Wizards of the Coast's new open gaming license shows us efforts to curtail competitors and tighten its control on creators of all sizes. The new Dungeons & Dragons open gaming license, a document which allows a vast group of independent publishers to use the basic game rules created by D&D owner Wizards of the Coast, significantly restricts the kind of content allowed and requires anyone making money under the license to report their products to Wizards of the Coast directly, according to an analysis of a leaked draft document dated mid-December. Despite reassurances from Wizards of the Coast last month, the original OGL will become an unauthorized agreement. Suck just the... Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. What did I say? And what... Ooh. There are a lot of DMs Guild content creators out there that were trying to drag up fucking 4-year-old drama to try and discredit me, calling me a racist, homophobe, all this other shit because I dropped this leak. I stood by my sources. Guess what, motherfuckers? It turns out WotC wasn't completely honest with everybody. All right? I fucking called it. It appears that no new content will be permitted to be created under the original license. What is the Dungeons & Dragons open gaming license? I'm sorry to a lot of people that are coming to my channel right now that are hearing this news. Maybe this is your first impression of me. Let me give you a lot of the people that have been here for a while. You can chime in right now. This is pretty atypical behavior for me, right? Well, this is after over a month. No, yeah, we're just going to say that. This is over a month and a half of all having basically the entire TTRPG community pointing at me, trying to call me a liar, getting fucking, oh my god. All right. So, why were people calling the leaks fake anyway? I understand skepticism, but it was people trying to attack my character for dropping the leaks that I had a major issue with. I'm looking forward to seeing videos of all these motherfuckers eating a big old fat roadkill crow right now. All right. So, what is Dungeons & Dragons open gaming license? The original OGL is what many contemporary tabletop publishers use to create their products within the boundaries of D&D's reproducible content. Much of the OGL is dedicated to the system's resource document, and includes character species, classes, equipment, and most importantly, general gameplay structures, including combat, spells, and creatures. Okay. The creation of the OGL version 1.0, which was originally published in 2000, has allowed a host of outside designers and publishers, both amateur and professional, to make new products for a game that remains entirely owned by Hasbro subsidiary Wizards of the Coast, WotC, yeah. While this arrangement sometimes created products that directly competed with WotC publications, it also allowed the game to flourish and grow thanks to the resources created by the wider D&D community. In 2022, when WotC announced plans to develop a revised edition of the Dungeons & Dragons rules, codenamed 1D&D, the company said it would update the OGL as well. The OGL has been tweaked multiple times since its 2000 release, and WotC has at times transitioned to other royalty-free licenses, but the original OGL 1.0 had essentially remained intact until the company said it would develop OGL version 1.1. What's in the new OGL 1.1? A lot, actually. While the original Open Gaming license is a relatively short document, coming in at under 900 words, the new draft of the OGL 1.1, which was provided to IO9 by a non-WotC developer, is over 9,000 words long. I'm going to keep memeing that shit up. Okay, this is important to remember. Is over 9,000 words long. It addresses new technologies like blockchain and NFTs and takes a strong stance against bigoted content, explicitly stating the company may terminate the agreement if third-party creators publish material that is blatantly racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, bigoted, or otherwise discriminatory. All right. They hated Jesus because he told the truth. Man, that doesn't sound like it's really good auspices for me. One of the biggest changes to the document is that it updates the previously available OGL 1.0 to state that it is no longer an authorized license agreement. By ending the original OGL, many licensed publishers will have to completely overhaul their products and distribution in order to comply with the updated rules. Large publishers who focus on almost exclusively on products based on the original OGL, including Paizo, Cobalt Press, and Green Ronin, will be under pressure to update their business model incredibly fast. Can we please, every armchair lawyer out there, every armchair lawyer out there, chill it, because apparently, no matter what people are saying about, well, they're saying this, it must be a lie or whatever, my dudes, this shit right here is stating under no unclear terms, they are getting rid of the OGL. Cobalt Press is going to take a hit. Paizo is going to take a hit. Green Ronin taking a fucking hit. Can you get a link to the article? It's the top post on my Twitter feed right now. I'm still trying to get through it. It's also in the Discord. I feel really fucking bad for Paizo right now. Like, really, really bad for Paizo. Yeah, world's greatest role-playing game trying to become the world's only role-playing game. Pathfinder 2e will be fun, but you're curious what they do with 1e content. If it's retroactively covering, like, if they're saying that, because like what Linda was saying originally over on Twitter, okay, if it was covering anything that was published under OGL 1.0, and they're like, you don't have to change your distribution, or you don't have to change printing, or what the hell ever, and you know what, even in fact, if you have to errata something or update it, it's all good. But if they say that, like, the moment that you change a single fucking picture or like piece of text in there, it is no longer covered anymore, and you have to sign up for the OGL 1.1, that is fucking nuts. This is psychotic. This is so fucking bad for Paizo, Cobalt Press, Green Ronin. This is so... Oh my god. Okay. There is no mistake. According to the document procured by by IO9, the new agreement states that the open game license was always intended to allow the community to help grow D&D and expand it creatively. It wasn't intended to subsidize major competitors, especially now that PDF is by far the most common form of distribution. This sentiment is reiterated later in the document. The OGL wasn't intended to fund major competitors, and it wasn't intended to allow people to make D&D apps, videos, or anything other than printed or printable materials for use while gaming. We are updating the OGL in order to make that part very clear. in order to make D&D videos? Got some clarification on this one right here. It does sound like this is like Wizards of the Coast, mostly focusing on like more major productions and less so on like YouTube content here, right? So I guess guys like me are going to be fine. We're mostly covered under the fan content policy, and because it sounds like the fan content policy isn't technically going away, we should be okay. So, yeah, my understanding is WotC doesn't really give a shit about D&D YouTubers. It kind of tracks. Anyways. What the fuck, WotC? Are you like, oh, you know what? We see the kind of money that like Sirenscape is making, or like these YouTubers are pulling in. And you know what? We want our cut. Fuck you. Absolutely fuck you. Abso-fucking-lutely. Just, man. You know what? Here's the thing. As critical as I have been on WotC and the stuff that they've been putting out, to see something like this, boy, do you really think that they're going to let me, like, hey, what's up, Ross? Yeah, they're coming after all content creators, not just publishers. What the fuck, man? This is the type of nonsense that will push people to play another TTRPG? Well, yeah, but like, what did it gain out of this? Are they like, the only people we want talking about D&D is us? So Critical Role in Dimension 20 is over. Based on this leak right here, it is going to be super interesting to see what Critical Role says. And probably get special contracts, and that's so shit. That is so shitty. All of you out there, if you like what people like me do, you like my kind of content, what do you think is going to happen if WotC drops this OGL and they say, hey, all your old videos, you got to get rid of them? I have been, this is a way for them to silence criticism. This is silencing criticism. So look, if you like YouTube content for D&D, if you like YouTube, you like TikTok, you like what the fuck ever, does this mean that we literally cannot make videos talking about the game if we make money off of it? What the fuck? We need to make this so big that the court of public opinion annihilates their stock prices and the stockholders make them revert some of this bullshit. I'm going to make all this public. I'm going 100% public with this. Wizards of the Coast, if you're a company that is going to move forward with a policy like this, and you're going to act this fucking hostile to your content creators, absolutely get fucked. I will no longer be a D&D content creator. In fact, I will absolutely go to every single one of your competitors. I will promote the fuck out of them. I will do all kinds of system tutorials, everything here on the channel. In fact, that sounds pretty fun anyways. Why the hell don't I do that anyways? Fan content policy lets you make money off of ads. Well, then I'm really, really curious why they're coming after people that make video content. Why does it specifically state in this new OGL that it would apply to video content? We will find that out later on. But like, Jesus fucking Christ, I have no idea. I have no fucking clue. This is the kind of thing, this document getting out will be the kind of thing that rips D&D YouTube apart. This is the big fucking nuke for the end of 5e right here, guys. All right. The sentiment is reiterated later in this document. I think I read that. Yeah. Paizo Inc., publisher of Pathfinder RPG, one of D&D's largest competitors, declined to comment on the changes for this article, stating that the rules update was complicated and ongoing situation. For the record, I have tried to reach out for like review copies or what the hell ever, just to have like a good line of communication opened up with WotC, for a good, basically since I started my channel. Okay. Whenever I started my channel, I started reaching out to Greg Tito about getting on to the review copy thing. Okay. I have sent emails to Greg Tito dozens of times over the last 3 years to all these different email addresses that people keep telling me about, getting on whatever content creator list, be able to get review copies, or just fucking have someone at WotC to talk to about this system. Okay. What the hell ever. Never got a fucking response. Never, ever got a response from WotC. And I found out from several other content creators, this is also the situation that happened with them, okay? And I'm talking content creators that have 10 plus times my sub count, all right? Paizo, here's how fucking cool Paizo was about all this. Paizo found out that I had an issue. You remember the video whenever I called Pathfinder fans that come into my channel and start telling me to just play Pathfinder instead, bitches? And then that got all big on social media? Paizo Aaron Shanks reached out. Paizo follows me on Twitter. Aaron Shanks, their PR guy, hits me up and he's like, hey, you know what? We'd love to hear about the experience that happened and figure out what we might be able to do with our community. Can you send me an email, just, kind of the case or whatever, and we can see your other video? Talk to him and everything. Aaron Shanks is like, if you want to work together sometime, let's talk. It's like, if you want to work together, let's fucking talk. Are there like review copies or what that? Yeah. Like, dude, Paizo has been up on their shit. Paizo is super fucking cool. All right. As a company, they have just been nothing but nice to me, despite the fact that there is a video out there of me straight up calling Pathfinder fans, Pathfinder zealots, mind you, proselytizers, bitches. And it was big on social media in the Pathfinder scene for a hot second, all right? They were fucking cool with me. Got all the respect in the world for Paizo right there. I feel real goddamn sad because of all this. Yeah, Paizo actually gives a shit. Yeah. It as I was saying yesterday, it sucks to be a D&D fan. It really fucking sucks to be a D&D fan. Chris Promise, founder and president of Green Ronin Publishing, said that despite the fact that one of their own products, Mutants and Masterminds, was published under the original OGL in 2002 and is still available today, they had not seen the updated OGL, and they do not believe there is any benefit to switching to the new one as described. Wizards of the Coast declined to comment for this article for answer specific questions about the leaked OGL document. A spokesperson directed IO9 to a blog post the community published in December, which reassures the community. Oh, that's the fucking D&D Beyond article. Okay. What will happen to the original OGL, right? Yeah, D&D Beyond article right there. The original OGL granted perpetual worldwide non-exclusive license to the open game content, commonly called the Systems Resource Document, and directed that licensees may use any authorized version of this license to copy, modify, and distribute any open game content originally distributed under any version of this license. But the updated OGL says that this agreement is an update to the previously available OGL 1.0a, which is no longer an authorized license agreement. Guys, remember the shit that I dropped yesterday? Like, the new document clarifies further in the warranty section that this agreement governs your use of licensed content, and unless otherwise stated in this agreement, any prior agreements between us and you are no longer in force. According to attorneys consulted for this article, the new language may indicate that Wizards of the Coast is rendering any future use of the original OGL void, and asserting that if anyone wants to continue to use open game content of any kind, they will need to abide by the terms of the updated OGL, which is a far more restrictive agreement than the original OGL. Wizards of the Coast declined to clarify if this is in fact the case. Who will be affected by the new OGL 1.1? If the original license is in fact no longer viable, every single licensed publisher will be affected by the new agreement, because every commercial creator will be asked to report their products, and new and old, to Wizards of the Coast. Additionally, while the original OGL did not specifically outline what kind of content third-party creators would make available and profit from, the updated OGL is very specific. The updated license only allows for creation of role-playing games and supplements in printed media and static electronic file formats. It does not allow for anything else, including but not limited to things like videos, virtual tabletops or VTT campaigns, computer games, novels, apps, graphic novels, music, songs, dances, and pantomimes. You may engage in these activities only to the extent allowed under Wizards of the Coast fan content policy or separately agreed between you and us. Okay. So, I get paid through YouTube. I get paid through Shopify and through the DMs Guild. This is them coming after every source of revenue I generate. You still have Stillfeet, Shadowrun, Kids on Bikes, and other TTRPGs even wanting to try. Oh, your players love D&D too much. Well, too bad now. See what they're into. You can try other shit out. I'm all, saying, yeah. Um, Ross, you want to? I mean, if you want to come on, you are welcome. Any updates on the OGL so far? All of my leaks were completely correct. They're even the stuff that I was worried about, like I may need to change some thumbnails and back away a little bit. No, 100% correct. Ban content policy for videos is fine. You still get ad revenue through it. Then what are they saying that you can't monetize here? What are they trying to cover here? You can't have like sponsors in YouTube videos? I have no idea. Our D&D leaks is going to piss and cry, I guess. All those fucking mods over there, it's like they deleted mine because they said that I was trying to send outrage and shit. And I'm like, my guys, whatever. Yeah, those mods over on our D&D leaks, fucking stupid. All right, just way fucking stupid. They could have reached out to me actually, and like maybe we could have had a conversation about it. But no, they delete the thing, and then go over into the comment or get it all up into the comment sections or whatever, calling me a fucking like outrage baiter or what the fuck ever. What was it? I'm not a content creator. I'm an outrage baiter. What the fuck was that? Oh my god. Whoo. Yep. All right. Leaking corporate boot over there. D&D leaks. I say, yep. Dude, every fucking D&D subreddit has got all these goddamn mods that are definitely in someone's back pocket over at Wizards of the Coast. Just fucking saying, all right? That or somebody's getting them paid to promote their work. Whatever. All right. Sounds like the mods are outrage baiting. Okay. Free content based on... hang on. The original license is in fact no longer viable. Every single licensed publisher will be affected by the new agreement because every commercial creator will be asked to report their products old and new to Wizards of the Coast. Additionally, while the original ODL did not specifically outline, why am I having so much trouble with specifically today? What kind of content third-party creators can make, yada, yada, yada. You may engage in those activities only to the extent outlined in the fan content policy, which can be read here. So that it appears that I may not have had a correct interpretation about the fan content policy supposedly going away. I'm not super sure. See this? Okay, I swear I'm gonna stop pointing out how fucking right all my information has been. It's weird being in a position of like feeling like, yeah, fuck you people that were calling me liars or what the hell ever, while at the same point being so pissed off about this. Didn't they even make the old license non-viable, like legally? They're trying. They're trying. I don't know what else to say. Like, I cannot give you a definite, pointed fact of this is legal or this is illegal. Okay, there is a YouTube channel out there I will recommend that you check out called Legal Kimchi. OGL 1.1 draft indicates that WotC may not give licensees a lot of time to adjust and agree to this new policy, as we already knew from the so we already knew that information. You posted in the D&D links, Eric. What'd you fucking do, man? Thanks for the $2, man. Oh my god, are we poking more bears today? Oh my god, that's super funny. Yeah, WotC destroying their own community speed run any % challenge. Yeah. It was Fry Minis all. Yeah, it was Eric all along, huh? What's changing in the new? Oh, by the way, fucking everybody better go subscribe to Eric Fry over at Fry Minis for being a real stand-up dude and sticking behind me and like totally standing up for my character and integrity throughout all this shit. All right, Eric, you're a true fucking bro. Thank you so much for all your support, man. All right. Seriously. Now, yes, go sub to Fry Minis, all right? Seriously. Fucking yes. Total bro. All right. What's changing in the new OGL? The updated OGL is divided into non-commercial and commercial agreements, like I fucking told everyone. And the rules are slightly different if you're making money from direct sales or access to your work. The biggest change between the two sections is a tiered earning system. I was not aware of this. This is new information to me. More on that later. New royalties and rules for the use of crowdfunding. There is some clarity given about Patreon and tips. Basically, if your content is available for free elsewhere, but people can support you voluntarily without having their access affected, you are considered non-commercial. Additionally, all creators will need to clearly and deliberately distinguish their content from licensed content. The new document reads that this must be done in a way that allows a reader of your licensed work to understand the distinction without checking any other document. The updated OGL suggests different color font asterisks on the page or putting a separate index in the back of your license. What? So what exactly you use from the SRD? Other parts of the new OGL document create a tiered system of categorizing licenses based off of the revenues of commercial work under the updated OGL. Will OGL publishers have to pay royalties? Probably not, unless they're making over $750,000. Licensees get to keep the money they earned. But the new OGL states that the commercial agreement covers all commercial licenses, whether they're profitable or not. So if you go into the red on a Kickstarter that earned $800,000 in backing money, you will still owe Wizards of the Coast regardless of the fact that you did not profit from your venture. Note that if you appear to have achieved great success from producing OGL commercial content, we may reach out to you for a more custom and mutually beneficial licensing agreement. The document the document notes indicating that WotC is open to creating custom contracts and agreements, but at their discretion. This could indicate that a subsidized competition like Pathfinder might not get a great deal. The revenue tiers are as follows. Initiate tier. If you have registered at least one licensed work but haven't generated 50,000, hey, welcome ZZ Bones, welcome. If you have registered at least one licensed work but haven't generated 50,000 or more in the total gross revenue from OGL commercial products in a given year, you are at initiate tier. A, that's this dude. Intermediate tier. If your licensed work have generated more than $50,000 in total revenue in a given year but less than $750,000, you are a... Oh, holy shit! Dragoon of Kiri. My god, thank you so much for the $50. What did you wake up to? What did you wake up to, Watts? They're trying to ruin their bottom line and top line. It seems like they're trying to lure in people who did not care about third party and don't pay attention to the impact OGL has on games. We're going to be fighting for it, all right? We're going to continue fighting for this throughout this entire year. We're going to be fighting for this on behalf, like, it's going to take us D&D people. Look, we need the total fucking bro meme handshake shit going on between Pathfinder influencers and D&D influencers on this shit if we want to see Paizo make it out of this shit alive. Okay, if they're renegotiating something with Paizo where it is any more fucking egregious than this 25%, even still 25 fucking percent, get real, Wizards of the Coast, get fucking real. If you even said 10%, I would say you're fucking crazy. You say 5%, and I'm like, that's a mature decision you're making right there, okay? Nope. We need everyone to unite here. Emery Saunders, hey, thank you so much for subscribing. We need everyone on... There doesn't even need to be a fucking side of the aisle thing on this, okay? It just needs to be, if you're a TTRPG fan, you should fucking hate this thing. If you are a TTRPG fan, this thing right here is the most pro-capitalist bullshit I think we have ever seen, okay? Absolutely. All of us in the TTRPG scene, it does not matter what game you play, or you prefer, what system, whatever. We need to be united in saying, big old fucking fuck you to WotC, give them the middle finger. Boy, this is a fucking trap, okay? They're attempting to implode the hobby to just them. You see how this license is making all of us think that, yes, WotC is just trying to have a complete control of all TTRPG? Like, I would not have gone as public as I did with the leaks had shit like this not been stuff I was told. This is... Oh my god. Um, According to the document, if and only if you are generating a significant amount of money, over $750,000 per year across all licensed works from your licensed works, the revenue you make from your licensed works in excess of $750,000 in a single calendar year is considered qualifying revenue, and you are responsible for paying us 20 or 25% of that qualifying revenue. The draft goes on to explain that if you make $750,001, you will owe Wizards of the Coast 25 cents, as they are only asking for royalties on the $1 made in excess. Yeah, okay, 25 cents doesn't sound that fucking bad. If you're making a mill, okay, and then they're like, well, we want 25% of that $250,000 you made. These are big numbers. These are chunks, my dudes, that are factoring into like whether or not people can afford to do things like hire additional artists, hire additional designers, additional writers, maybe get another editor in there, or what the fuck ever. Like, this is nutso. How will this affect Critical Role? We don't super know. We don't super know. MCDM would owe them over $250,000 from their last Kickstarter. I am so eager to see what Matt Colville says about this. I'm super eager to see what Matt Colville, Matt Mercer, all these dudes say about this. This is impacting. You want to know the way that you're going to piss off some big influencers that may not say a lot about like, whatever product or whatever. It's to, you fuck with their money. You fuck with how their income is going. If either of these guys, like, I don't know, recently bought a house and they're like, yeah, we were scheduled to like do this, and this over the next couple of years with the money that we had allotted from the revenue that we had, whatever. They're now having to go to their banks and be like, okay, well, the revenue that we had reported for our company coming through, we were just told that 25% of that shit has to actually go over to the license holder. That's not a good fucking move, Watsy. This is gross. All right. Who has to register work with Wizards of the Coast? The updated OGL says that no matter what tier you are, no matter what tier you are in, or how much money you believe your product will make, you must register with us any new licensed work you intend to offer for sale, including a description of the licensed work. We'll also ask for your contact information on where you intend to publish the licensed work, and its price, among other things. Creators will also be required to use a specific badge in order to publicly and obviously identify their work as covered by the updated OGL, and they will have to give Wizards of the Coast a copy of the publication. The early draft suggests that many of these processes will be handled through the company's official digital toolset, D&D Beyond. This is a significant change from the original OGL, which allowed creators to publish without reporting. While it makes sense that Wizards wants to monitor who is using open game content, this feels like an impossible task. People are selling their work across dozens of platforms, and sometimes one product is being sold on multiple platforms. What that's referring to is like on my Shopify, that's where I sell the Vanguard and the Sovereign. And I'm planning on, I've already made the Vanguard available over on DriveThruRPG because it's through the OGL, right? I'm planning on getting that and the Sovereign put together for an OGL product that I no longer know that I can fucking do. Yeah. Kickstarter is D&D's preferred crowdfunding platform. Online crowdfunding is a new phenomenon since the original OGL was created, and the new license attempts to address how and where these fundraising campaigns can take place. The OGL 1.1 states that if creators are members of the expert tier, if your licensed work is crowdfunded or sold via any platform other than Kickstarter, you will pay 25% royalty on qualifying revenue. Absolutely eat shit, Watsy. And if your licensed work is crowdfunded on Kickstarter, your preferred crowdfunding platform, you will only pay 20% royalty on qualifying revenue. Let's say this. This sounds like a lot of money that might be going to like one person, right? It definitely is. It definitely is, okay? 25% of 250K is $62,000. Thank you, Proxy. Let's say this, okay? Most of the time, these companies that are doing a big Kickstarter, it's not just one dude, okay? This is like a company, okay? These may be smaller groups like Ghostfire or Mayhem Press or, Cobalt Press is a little bit bigger, but let's be real here. This is like maybe 10 to 20 people. Let's say they have a Kickstarter that they have going, and it is their big plan for the year. They have 10 to 20 people, and they made $1 million. 10 to 20 people getting paid out of a pool of $1 million is not a ton of cash for everybody. Okay. $50,000 a year. Let's say that they get $1 million. Okay. For a group of 20 people getting $50,000 for that year, it's okay. That's okay. Not really like career defining. Not really like, okay, this is the kind of thing that like I'm going to make. Now, sure, they'll get their royalties over the years and whatnot. I still don't think that that's really all that much. Okay. But like at the 10,000 range, these people are getting like $100,000. That's cool that they can do that. That's super fucking cool if they do that for a project or whatever. But now we're getting to the point where like if they're making $1 million and now they're cutting out that extra 25%, all those people that were making like $50,000 are now making like what, 35,000? Something like that. Okay, look, I was a music major, all right. Math is really not my, yeah. You also got to include taxes and Kickstarter cut on that project. That's very true. Okay, yes, thank you for that reminder. So WotC is coming in and saying all these other ones, we're going to shave off even more off the top. Let's say a Kickstarter funds for like 2 or 3 million. That original 750,000, first off, it doesn't seem like that. Oh my God. This is just bad fucking news bears, my guys. The new OGL is directly encouraging Kickstarter over any other platform, including private company sites, as any non-Kickstarter revenue over... Okay. So they worked out some kind of a deal. There's no reason stated why Kickstarter is Wizards' preferred crowdfunding platform. No fucking clue. If they have someone on the fucking inside, and they're like, yeah, we're going to kick more people over to using Kickstarter instead. Oh, absolutely get fucked. Absolutely get fucked. Excited to see the spend from squeaky clean content creators. Hey, you know what? There's plenty of content creators that realized I don't know shit about this right now. I'm going to shut the fuck up and see what all is going on. And to those people, you know what? Cheers. At least you may not have absolutely ran defense for me or anything like that, but you know what? I completely understand your take. I completely understand the opinion of, I don't really know about this. I should shut the fuck up, rather than doing shit like, you don't need the OGL to make TTRPG content, and trying to make it sound like we're all fucking fear-mongering people. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Screwing GameFound all the way at Kickstarter's only competitor. You wonder how WotC would feel about a 90% corporate tax. Okay. So the power is back at Wizards of the Coast. How far are we? Okay, this is the last part of the article. The power is back at Wizards of the Coast. While there's plenty more to parse, the main takeaway from the leaked OGL 1.1 draft document is that WotC is keeping power close at hand. There is no mention of perpetual worldwide rights given to creators, which was present in Section 4 of the original OGL. And one of the caveats is that the company can modify or terminate this agreement for any reason whatsoever, provided we give 30 days notice. WotC also gets the right to use any content that licensees create, whether commercial or non-commercial. Also, go fuck yourselves, WotC. Although this is couched in language to protect Wizards products from infringing on creators' copyrights. This document states that for any content created under the OGL, regardless of whether or not it is owned by the creator, Wizards will have a non-exclusive, perpetual, irrevocable, worldwide, sub-licensable, royalty-free license to use that content for any purpose. There are a lot of implications in this extended policy, and the ramifications of this updated OGL would have a chilling effect on new licensed products, as only static products are included. All work that publishers do for virtual tabletops may have to be offered as non-commercial, free products, which de-incentivizes their production. The royalties associated with any company making above $250,000 would also prompt publishers to hold back extra products or scale down projects so they stay under the expert tier. Wizards of the Coast is clearly expecting these OGL changes to be met with some resistance. The document does note that if the company oversteps, they are aware that they will receive community pushback and bad P. Oh wait, the document does note that if the company oversteps, they are aware that they will receive community pushback and bad PR, and we're more than open to being convinced that we made a wrong decision. Fucking everybody, you better go goddamn tweet. You better go tweet. You better go do what the hell ever you do. Okay. You better go do whatever it is that you can do to get news out to Wizards of the Coast. Get your opinion out to Wizards of the Coast. Fuck this new OGL. Fuck you, WotC, for thinking that you're going to get away with this. Yeah, code for we know we're evil. Yeah.